Hey, how y'all doing?
Welcome, Josh.
Good. How you doing?
Man, you really do look so much like him.
Yeah.
What's it like being in his old stomping grounds?
I mean, I can't even explain it. I always thought about like what this building really looked like on the inside as a kid. So it's crazy being in here myself.
Was he one of your favorite players growing up?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he was the only NFL player I knew growing up. So like personally, so yeah, for sure. Every time I got a chance on Madden, I'm throwing him in and all that stuff like that. So yeah, for sure, my favorite player.
Josh, what was yesterday like? What were you able to accomplish? And does it seem as if they want you to, among other things, concentrate on that nickel corner position?
Yeah, so yesterday, I mean, it was really just kind of getting introduced to the system and everything, kind of first steps, first day, you know what I mean? So just kind of really getting introduced to it, understanding how things work and all that. And, then, there has been a little bit of concentration with me on that nickel spot, so really been trying to hone in on that for sure.
One thing that we keep hearing about you is that you're not afraid of contact. You're not afraid to hit. That sometimes is an issue with defensive backs.
Yeah.
Where did that come from for you? And just kind of the understanding the need to play that way, to play so physically?
Shoot, man, I grew up running in the trees, for real. My dad had me out in the yard just running in the trees and, not being afraid of making contact with stuff and, understanding how that would feel like. And I've been that way since I was 8, 9 years old when I started playing football. So, just being able to make contact and not being afraid of that feeling when you do make that, I think, I kind of had that since I was a little kid. And then, I mean, we play an aggressive game, we play football, so being able to actually be aggressive, not afraid of contact and stuff like that is part of the game. So.
Now, if you do kind of focus in on that nickel position, there's a lot of nuances and differences to that, with the two-way go and not being able to use the boundary and things like that. What are some of the unique challenges that you kind of have to deal with if you play that position, and just your thoughts on that overall?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like you said, the two-way go. I mean, you got guys who are just as skilled as anybody in the world, and, they can go anywhere on the field from that spot. And then, also with that, you got to be fast enough to run with those guys, but then aggressive enough to be able to fit in the box and hit some of those backs and tackle some of those tight ends that come out on little screen routes or whatever. So kind of a unique position for sure.
Did you go to any Bucs games when you were younger?
I went to a couple, yeah, I did. I definitely did.
Do you remember which games they were?
I haven't. I
Or
couldn't
what
even.
memories that you have of sitting in the stadium?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you exactly what game it was. I just remember always trying to get in that pirate ship. That's all I remember, So, and then when I was watching the games, I was focused solely on my uncle, just trying to see if I could find him out on the field and see his last name on his jersey. You know what I mean? So, I wasn't really too keyed in on who they were playing. I was just happy to be there.
Can we go back to running into trees? How old were you when this happened? Did you put pads on you at least? Or what?
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we had
Running into them or running? I figured he meant like up into them.
No, like running. Hitting trees with my shoulder, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and I probably 10 years old when I really told him, like, hey, like, football is what I want to do. He's like, all right, so this is a part of it. Contact is a part of it. And, we had a nice little oak tree in the back, and we just kind of set it up, set up 5, 10 yards away and just ran into it. And, the first few times it sucked, but you got used to it after a while.
So did your dad play football too?
He used to play football when he was younger, but he didn't make it past college.
Josh, speaking to Coach Malone, he said, your versatility is a huge aspect that you have from cornerback to safety to nickel. But he also said the biggest thing that set you apart was your goldfish mind, so to speak, that, when you had a bad play, you wouldn't go into the tank. And then you also wouldn't let other guys go into the tank. Can you just talk about that mindset that you had?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of it as just one play at a time. You can't, like I said earlier, like there's a lot of talented people that play this sport. And, just like you'll make a play, they'll make a play too sometimes, so you got to be able to flush that and focus on the next play ahead.
Josh, you played a lot of college football, and guys coming out and had the COVID year. Of course, you 3 years at North Dakota State, champion there, go to Virginia, one game, get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
What is it to come to this league after playing 60-something games or whatever in college football? You're 24 years old. How does that help you, when you get here to have had that much experience?
I think the experience, I've had experience learning different playbooks, different leagues, different types of talents, different, tendencies and stuff like that. So I think it just helps me kind of slow the game of football down. It's coming in, it's just the NFL now, you know what I mean? So just being able to slow the game down a little bit as I come in, I feel like it'll help me kind of take those first few strides.
Coach Bowles was in Manhattan for your pro day, now being here with him. What's your first impressions and early impressions of working with him?
You don't play no games, Like we're here to play football, and we're playing professional football at that. So I think the biggest thing that stood out to me was that we're professionals now, and you could tell that he expects it to be run that way.
When you were younger, going to those Bucs games, what did your uncle tell you about his job, going to work every day, what it took for him to be a pro? And it's crazy too because both of you guys were drafted.
Yeah.
The fact that it was almost 2 years to the day.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. So I think for me, I think he really just told me, you just got to be willing to put the work in. That was the biggest thing, just not being, complacent or thinking you've made it or, being lazy at times, because it's easy to do those things. So just being able to really stay honed in and focused on what exact goals that you want to meet and then trying to meet those goals every day.
Josh, you come here from Kansas State where you were teammates with Cade Warner.
Yeah.
You're a familiar face, and also you're teammates with Cody Mauch at
Yeah.
North Dakota State. What's it like, coming to a new city to start your NFL career, having some familiar faces?
I think it's cool, just being in the locker room with guys that I've been in the locker room with before, It's kind of, when you first get into the locker room, you kind of have to build that rapport a little bit, but I kind of have that already set up with those guys. So just being able to talk to them and, joke around, talk about little stuff just to kind of take that edge off a little bit is cool.
Cade was talking to us about the number of times throughout his life that he had heard the word no and just kind of the adversity that he had faced.
Yeah.
Being a walk-on, and just what's it like, for you having had a behind-the-scenes look at his journey to see him sign here as an undrafted free agent?
I think it's amazing, man. Cade's somebody that I really respect. I respect his game. I respect, his hustle. He's somebody that's honed in on his craft, and he's very deliberate with everything he does. So I feel like he's very deserving to be here.
And he had also said that he really tries to play the wide receiver position with the mind of a quarterback.
Yeah.
Can you see that or feel that when you're out there, practicing against him?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, definitely back when we were at Kansas State, he kind of married everything together and made things look really similar and, tried to read coverages and break things down to, understand where he could sit at and where he couldn't. And, he tried to really pick us apart with his routes. And, I feel like that definitely kind of goes inside with the quarterback mindset he attacks the game with.
Josh, when you were at K-State playing for Coach Leonard, you played safety and kind of like that nickel role as well, that third safety on the field there.
Yeah.
But your career started as an outside cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're kind of a bit of a master of all trades, being able to play outside corner, being able to play in the slot and also slide back and if you have to play the deep third or a deep half at safety, that you have all of the skills you've acquired from years in college?
Yeah, no, for sure. I wouldn't say a master of all trades, but a jack of all trades for sure. I feel like I could definitely, play inside, play outside, go back deep and, have an understanding of what's going on and be able to pick things up and be comfortable in those positions as well.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Josh.